Thank you for that, Catherine. After meeting for over 7 hours yesterday, the jury left federal court here in Boston with two questions for George A. O'Toole, the judge in this case. Those questions, the first one involving conspiracy. Can conspiracy pertain to a sequence of events over several days or a single event? The answer is conspiracy can be either unlimited or limited in scope, and that it's up to the conspirators. And the second question involving aiding and abetting. What's the difference between the two? The judge answered to aid and abet means to intentionally help someone else commit a criminal offense. Still, both the prosecution and the defense have been looking well beyond this verdict, and they're looking towards the second phase of the trial. The fate of Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev is now up to a jury, but guilt is not the question.
I don't think anybody thinks that he will not be convicted. His own defense lawyers say that he did it.
The defense continued their push on Monday in closing arguments, reiterating that Dzhokhar was under the influence of his older brother Tamerlan. But now a jury must decide whether he was a partner in terror or persuaded by his older sibling. Prosecution continued their argument, which has remained consistent and full of carnage.
The more blood, the more gore. It was more important for them to show those images. As Al Chakravarty said, this is the reality of what happened at the finish line of the Boston Marathon.
Though the death penalty is not being decided at this point, both sides have been working towards the second phase of the trial. For the prosecution, they'll continue their focus on those who were most affected.
They will present aggravating factors, why he deserves the death penalty as opposed to life in prison. And that will involve talking about the extreme suffering of the victims, talking about the idea of using the bomb in a terrorist situation, in a terrorist attack.
And the defense's argument is designed to convince the jury that Tsarnaev is not deserving of the death penalty.
Defense is, more than anything, wants to humanize this person, who's been, shown to do heinous, horrible things.
In addition to putting the blame on Tamerlan, Cullen thinks that the defense will also point to Dzhokhar's age and that he came from a dysfunctional family. Cullen adds that all the defense needs is just one juror to believe that Tsarnaev is not deserving of the death penalty.
If 1 out of the 12 says, I don't want to put him to death, he doesn't get put to death. It can be 11-1, and he'll still be put in prison for the rest of his life.
But before the second phase of the trial begins, a jury must come to a verdict. Now, a jury which started out 16 days ago with 18 members is now down to 12. The judge decided that 6 were going to be designated as alternates. Those 6 are not deliberating at this time. That's the very latest from here. I'm Paul Dudley, live